When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. If you like this type of content, smash the like button and subscribe for future videos and updates that I do post on my community tab frequently. If you want to get access to any of my early content, check out the Discord. This is the second chance of life, part 6, the new girl of Gotham. We're going to continue where we last left off in our story. While Rose was getting pampered by Harley Quinn, Rose didn't notice the van stopped. She was enjoying getting her hair brushed. I don't want to tell you guys how to do your job, boys, but this is not the Iceberg Lounge. We're in the middle of nowhere, in front of a abandoned tunnel. The goons of the Penguin completely ignored Harley Quinn comment, Get out. We're going to rest on foot. Harley Quinn's not liking the fact that she's being ignored, but she hold her tongue for now. Once Rose got off of Harley Quinn's lap and got out of the van, Harley Quinn followed, as the two females followed the goons into the abandoned tunnel that was sealed off for a couple generations ago. Rose watched the human males, seemed to be an underling of someone called the Penguin, start to move the boards away from the entrance of the abandoned subway tunnel. Once a pathway was cleared, they stepped through the entrance of the subway tunnel and began to follow the half-destroyed tracks. Clearly, by the rust and everything, it's clearly evident that this place hasn't been used in quite some time. The two goons that was walking ahead of them began to talk to each other quietly. There's something odd about that girl. What do you mean? The redhead. She hasn't spoken, nor does she seem to be worried. Most children her age that was in this situation would be scared. But that girl's acting like she doesn't care. It doesn't matter. I'm just thankful that she's quiet, unlike the crazy blonde over there. Keep your voice down, man. The last thing we need is to piss off that crazy blonde. Whatever. Come on. Let's pick up the pace. Despite the abandoned subway tunnel being pitch black, with no visible light to be seen, Rose could easily see in the dark. Not so much Harley Quinn and the rest of the humans. But Rose does not care. The moment these humans no longer interest her, she'll either leave or kill them if they try to stop her. She has no love for humanity. After all, Rose has only so far experienced the worst part of humanity. Even though she knows humanity does have a good side, but that doesn't matter to her. Who she was in the past doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she was human at one time. That was then. This is now. Rose won't go around seeking out and killing humans like some sort of a monster. But the humans left her little choice. Outside of her interactions with Harley Quinn. All of her previous experience with humans had been quite negative. Rose noticed Harley Quinn was having a hard time trying to avoid all the clutter around the subway tunnel. The subway tunnel was filled with crates and other large items, making it very difficult to travel around in pitch blackness. Rose took Harley Quinn by the hand and guided her around all of the objects, while the goons could easily navigate the tunnel like they've been here before, like they know where everything's at without no flashlight or any source of light. Harley Quinn was surprised at first, but she could clearly tell Little Red could see in the dark, so she does allow Rose to lead her. They eventually got to the far end of the subway tunnel. On the side of the wall, there was a huge hole in the side of the wall of the subway tunnel. They entered a hole in the wall that led to a long hallway. At the end of the hallway was an elevator. The room was illuminated by flickering lights. They took the elevator that started to begin to descend downwards. Once the elevator doors opened up, Harley and Rose saw the underground city right underneath New Gotham, as they officially made it to Old Gotham. Holy shit, so the rumors were true. Old Gotham actually exists. Rose was slightly interested about the idea of another city underneath the one on the surface, but she didn't stay interested for very long. Much like a child, her attention span is quite short. Somewhere in Gotham, in the sealed off part of the city, inside one of the buildings, there is a secret entrance under a rug. As you can see Joker on a couch, reading a magical tome, with a Joker-like smile, while fiddling with a magical artifact that he stole from Penguin. Joker calmly closed the magical tome and started to laugh, while all of the Joker's minions, or goons, are quite nervous. Joker conjured a green fireball in his hand as a massive grin became wider, like he was split in his face, as the Joker slowly closed his fist, canceling out the green fireball. This is going to be so much fun. Come on, boys. We're going on a little expedition in Old Gotham. Isn't that right, my new friend? As Joker calmly walked towards the chained up, beaten, barely alive Talon from the Court of Owls. As Joker calmly pat the man on the head. To think there was a Lazarus pit in Old Gotham. A pier. Not deluded Lazarus pit. Not even Reishi fellow knows of its existence. So much for the League of Assassins. As the Joker laughed mockingly at Rachel Ghoul. Don't worry, my new owl friend, because you've been so helpful, my little owl friend. I'll play another round of game with you. Darren, you highly enjoy our last game we played. Alright, boys. Get the car ready and some jumper cables, and meet me in the garage. The Joker's goons left the hidden room underneath the building. As the Joker strapped the man to a metal chair, chained him up, and began to drag him up the stairs, one step at a time. They eventually got to the ground surface of the building. As the Joker dragged the Talon that was bound to the metal chair into the garage, whistling a catchy tune. Normally, Joker wouldn't even bother torturing a Talon from the Court of Owls. Normally, they're glorified zombies, puppets. No fun in torturing that you can't even get a response to. Joker was fortunate he caught one of the Talons that wasn't completely turned into a glorified zombie. So the Joker is extremely pleased. He actually has power now. Once he figures out how the Eye of Anubis artifact works, he'll have more ways to cause chaos. He's already been learning magic for several years. So Joker knows somewhat what he's doing. The Joker stopped pulling the chair and stopped in the middle of the garage. Joker motioned to start the vehicle in the garage. As the Joker take out jumper cables that attach to the car battery and begin to press them against each other, making sparks. Could always do this with magic, but I think I want to do this old school. Just this once. Now, Mr. Owl. No passing out allowed. As the Joker backhanded the man across the face. You don't want to miss all the fun now, You don't want to miss all the fun. That would be a shame, really. Shall we get started? As the Joker starts to laugh, as he immediately begins to shock the Talon using the jumper cables. The Joker doesn't need to use the jumper cables directly on the Talon. He just needs to make contact to the metal chair as the current of electricity shoots through the entire chair, shooting through the man's body, making the man scream out in pain, while the Joker laughed even louder. Outside of the building, you can see flashes of the light coming from the garage, from what windows that are in the garage, from the man being electrocuted, over and over again in the middle of the night. When the flash finally stopped, Joker calmly walked out of the garage and fixed his tie in his suit. Alright boys, it's time for our little field trip to Old Gotham. Remember boys? Try not to wander off. Old Gotham could be quite dangerous. As the Joker started to laugh, while his goons laughed nervously, before Joker could get into the car, several more Talons jumped down from the roofs of the building and land all around the Joker and his men. What can Uncle Joker do for you, my owl friends? Only Talon, in the small group that still has his free will, spoke up. You know why we're here, freak. Where is he? Oh, you mean your comrade. He's a bit tuckered out right now. As the Joker pointed behind him, towards the garage that's attached to the building. What did you do to him, Joker? A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Nothing much. He just had a shocking good time. As the Joker started to laugh. Most of the Talons did not hesitate. They simply charged forward. Time to go owl hunting. Light 'em up, boys. The Joker goons immediately opened fire upon the Talons. But the Talons, who are the soldiers and assassins of the Court of Owls, easily dodged around their bullets. But before they could go any further, Joker unleashed a wave of lightning lightning or electricity from his hands, instantly killing half of the Talons, completely eradicating them. Their bodies disintegrated from the high voltage of electricity. They can't regenerate their body if they have no body to regenerate. And Joker knew that. Shocking, isn't it, my little owl friends? Is that possible? You've never been known or even seen to be to use magic, you freak. You're a rude one. You're a very rude one. But you're correct. In the past, nor have I used magic, nor did I know I had the capabilities of using magic in the past. But 5 years ago, I stumble upon my suppressed magic capabilities, tortured a few people now and then I was directed to the right place, and found out how to unlock my magic. It was quite simple process, really. Not really that important. I got tired of playing it on hard mode, so I decided to have a little upgrade to even the playing field, so to say. Sadly, boys, our time has come to an end. I know, I'm heartbroken as well, but all good things must come to an end eventually. I cherish our time together. I truly have. Ta-ta! As the Joker blasts the rest of the Talons with green fire. The Joker stands there watching them burn, as he begins to toss the Eye of Anubis up in the air and catch it repeatedly while whistling a catchy tune. As the Eye of Anubis was beginning to absorb the souls, at least the souls of what's left from the zombie-like Talons, the Eye of Anubis absorbed their souls and began to power itself. Not enough to use it, but the crazy psychopath, Joker, knows that he needs to collect more souls to fully activate the artifact that he stumbled upon when he was looking through all of the Penguin's collection that he was hoarding in his personal museum. So the Joker had to borrow a few things. After all, he did leave a note. Meanwhile, Rose and Harley Quinn was following the goons through the empty street of Old Gotham, eventually getting to a more modern style building that seemed to be a recent addition to Old Gotham, was built more recently than the rest of the ruined buildings of Old Gotham. The goons eventually let them inside. As they eventually get to the main office, there's a large office where Penguin is sitting behind his desk, smoking his cigar. The Penguin was very satisfied seeing his men bring in Harley Quinn. He was a bit surprised about the little redhead girl, but he chose not to pay her too much attention. He's more focused on Harley Quinn to see what she knows. He's very aware that the Joker is no longer involved with Harley Quinn. Usually in his experience, when the Joker is involved, Harley Quinn is not too far behind. He's uncertain if she knows anything, but Penguin is still going to ask her regardless. Cobblepot is very aware that Harley Quinn and the Joker is no longer a team. They went their separate ways over some personal matters. The Penguin has no desire to get into that mess, that trap. He has no interest in getting involved with the psychopath and the crazy blonde in front of him, if he can help it. Good. You could leave now, as all his men exit the room and close the door behind him. I take it this is not a social call, as Harley hopped onto the couch that's right in front of the desk. As Rose sat down next to Harley Quinn, looking around the large office, seeing all the sorts of stuff that's decorating the walls. Let's get this straight. I would never involve myself with you or that insane clown socially, but because of recent events, I have no choice in the matter. I would rather have you far away from me. That damn clown, as the Penguin slammed his hand on its desk, broke into my personal and private museum and stole something from me. I want to know where he is. I can't really help you there. I have no idea what Mr. J is planning or doing. I'm more of a solo act. I do my own thing now. Don't get me wrong, if I had any information, I would tell you gladly. The bastard will get what he deserves. Unfortunately, I don't have that sort of information. What I can tell you, Mr. J is more interested in reading those arcane books, these dusty tomes. Before I decided to go on my way, the bastard didn't even care. He waved me off like I didn't matter anymore, as Harley Quinn grinded her teeth, angry. Since Mr. J got involved in magic, Harley Quinn easily noticed she doesn't have a place by his side anymore. So instead of trying to keep things the same, she went her own way. She knew it would be only a matter of time before Mr. J tried to get rid of her by killing her. So she left ahead of time. Magic. Penguin knew exactly what the Joker took, and he knows exactly it's a magical artifact. But he has no latent magic abilities. It's still a priceless artifact. But Penguin's never known the Joker to use magic. But if he can, that would explain why he stole his artifact. As the Penguin turned on the security footage of his private museum 20 minutes before the Joker broke in, Harley was curious about the footage, so she watched. Considering they've been mentioning this person, the Joker, continuously during their conversation, Rose was slightly interested as she paid attention to the security footage. And the security footage in question was good quality. The picture was clear, a little too clear, but they could clearly see the images of the security footage of the private museum. Suddenly, the door to the museum was blasted open by one of Joker's Chattery Teeth toys. The moment that Chattery Teeth walked into the door, it exploded on impact. As the Joker calmly walked through the smoke, with his hands in his pocket, looking around all the different artifacts and priceless paintings of artwork scattered all around of the private museum, the Joker is not even bothered by the security cameras. The Joker begins to whistle a catchy tune as he takes a gander at all the priceless artifacts and artwork. The Joker has a grin on his face as he begins to look around as he senses a slight magical signature coming from one of the artifacts. As the Joker approached the glass container, inside the glass container was the Eye of Anubis that Penguin managed to get his hands on when he visited Egypt one year. The Joker whistled. Well, what do we have here? Don't mind if I do. The Joker placed his hand against the glass and released a small pulse of pure magical energy. As the magical pulse shattered the glass, as the glass container fall to the ground in pieces, as the Joker picked up the Eye of Anubis. Eye of Anubis is in the shape of a metal-looking eyeball. In the middle of the iris is a singular red diamond. All over the Eye of Anubis with carvings on the metal, alongside with the crystal in the middle of the eye. The Penguin's security force apparently finally noticed someone broke in and immediately came rushing in and pointing all their guns at Joker. Joker wasn't even bothered at them. as he took out a small piece of paper and began to write a note. Dear Penguin, I'm going to borrow this for a while. Don't worry. I'll put it in good use. Love, Joker. As he placed the note on the pedestal where the Eye of Anubis was once on before he took it. As the Joker turned his attention towards all the security men holding their rifles and guns towards the Joker, the Joker simply used his magic to increase his speed and strength, dodging and weaving around all the armed securities. The Joker plunged his fist into the security man's chest, ripping out his heart. Oh my, look at that. I got your heart in my hand. Now I hope you don't fall for me. You're not my type. As the dead security man fell to the ground dead, after the Joker finished those words. Now don't be jealous, boys. There's plenty of me to go around. As the Joker released the heart from his hand, as it fell to the ground, the Joker stretched out his hands outwards in a grand gesture. One by one, Joker rushed them. One by one, their heads dropped from their bodies as the Joker whistled on his way out of the museum while tossing the Eye of Anubis up in the air and catching it. That was the end of the footage. That's new, but that's not really my problem. Let the Bat deal with him. We both know the Bat doesn't like to deal with supernatural bullshit. He stays far away from magic. If he can. You're gonna tell me where he is. Like I said, I don't know where he is. And that's not gonna change, no matter how much you want it, Penguin. One of Penguin's men came rushing in. Sir, we spotted the Joker. Made some progress. Where? He's here, sir, in old Gotham. Perfect. You're free to go, Harley Quinn. I no longer need to talk to you further. Yeah, I love our little meetings. Come on, Little Red, let's get out of here. Penguin was too occupied with the Joker, so he completely ignored Rose, completely forgetting she was even in the room. Harley Quinn in and Rose, as she took her by the hand and walked back to the elevator to get to the surface. After a short walk through the subway tunnel, they made it back. By now, Rose is asleep in Harley Quinn's arms as she's carrying her. She really don't know where to take her, so she took her back to her apartment. Knows for a fact that no one will bug her. They know better. Even if the criminals have control of this part of the city, they know better. If they try to mess with her, she would kill them. She would show no mercy. So she's not worried about someone trying to attack her. So she walked into her apartment, shut and locked the door. As she walked to her room and placed Rose in the bed and began to tuck her in the covers. As she went into the living room to turn on the television to see what's exactly going on, all Harley Quinn could figure out whatever's happening. Scarecrow's involved in some way, but she doesn't really care. As she begins to switch the channels to find something interesting to watch before she has to go to bed herself. It's getting pretty late. Meanwhile, the Joker is searching old Gotham. He hasn't been in old Gotham in years. But he's not here to revisit old memories. He's here for a reason. He doesn't know where this pure, not diluted Lazarus pit is, But the fact that the Court of Owls knows of its very existence is proof enough that it actually exists in the first place. But they clearly don't know the location. Alright, boys. Fan out. And don't leave no stone unturned. No bed unchecked. No door open. Non-open. Now, shoot, children. Joker noticed Penguin after his men left to search. Joker noticed Penguin is heading his way with a bunch of his men. Joker did not flee, nor did he show any slight interest in Penguin as he watches him calmly walk towards him, as the Joker has his hands behind his back, with his trademark smile on his face. Well, isn't it Penguin himself? What I owe this honor? Cut the bullshit. Give it to me. Give it back. I'll think about it. As the Joker placed his finger under his chin in a thinking pose. No, I don't think I won't. Stupid clown, you don't know what you're dealing with. With powers you can't comprehend. Contrary. I have a nice idea what this is. I might not know exactly what it does, but I'll find out. Sooner or later. And look at that. You brought me some more souls to collect. I tip my hat to you, if I had a hat. As the Joker gave a mocking bow. You shouldn't have, Penguin. You really shouldn't have. The clown and retrieve my property. The Joker grin only grew bigger. Penguin watched his men open fire as Penguin slammed his umbrella on the ground. Joker only smiled once the bullets got close enough. The bullets suddenly stopped in the middle of the air, like time stopped, as the bullet had a slight green magical aura over it. I gotta say, magic is quite fascinating, wouldn't you agree, Penguin? Penguin just noticed all the bullets that were fired upon the Joker was floating in the air. There's a slight cover of green. Slightly, but it's still noticeable. Like the bullets is completely under control of the Joker. I believe these are yours. Allow me to return them to you. With one gesture of the Joker's hand, all the floating bullets fly back towards Penguin and his men. Penguin immediately opened his umbrella, blocking all the incoming bullets. But his men weren't so lucky, as one body after another begins to fall to the ground dead. Penguin immediately opened fire, using his umbrella to shoot out bullets towards the Joker, only for Joker to calmly walk through the bullets, as the bullets were stopped by a green magical barrier around his body. This is not over, bastard. I'll get what's mine, one way or another. As Penguin decided to retreat, Joker simply only waved at Penguin as he left, with his tail between his legs. Joker did not stop him. He could have easily killed Penguin, and with his new powers, he could easily do it, even more easier now. But he's not here to deal with the Penguin. He's here for the Lazarus Pit. One of his men returned. Sir, I believe we found it. Really now? I hope you're right. Because if you're wrong, I'm going to kill you. Understood, sir. Good dog. Now show me what you think you found. Understood, sir. The Joker followed his goon through the old streets of Gotham until they stopped in front of a passageway leading downwards. At the stone steps could be seen further down. The Joker looked around the archway to the stone steps, seeing several unknown symbols he doesn't recognize, nor does he care. He simply walked down the steps. Only light source could be seen is when he used magic to light all the torches on the side of the walls, as all the torches would light up, illuminating the path downwards, as the Joker calmly, whistling his catchy tune, walking down the stone steps, until they got to a large chamber with a large pool of water, the Lazarus Pit. The Joker pulled out his gun and pointed at his goon and shot it, as a flag popped out of the barrel of the gun, saying "Pow." "Oh, good. That's a good one, sir. You had me scared there for a minute. I thought you were going to kill me. Good joke, sir." "What can I say? Really thought I was going to kill you. That's hilarious." As he pulled the trigger again, as a flag pierced his chest, as the man fell down on the ground. "I lied. There was no logical reason why the Joker killed his own goon. He just felt like it." As he slowly approaches the untainted and pure Lazarus Pit, and simply entered the strange pool of water and submerged himself into the Lazarus Pit. The Joker reemerged from the Lazarus Pit as he burst out of the water, as his image was finally being revealed, as he's de-aged quite a bit. He's much more younger. Joker noticed that the Eye of Anubis was glowing in his pocket as he took it out of his pocket and opened the palm of his hand. The Eye of Anubis in the palm of his hand began to glow brightly as the Eye of Anubis shot from his palm to his forehead. The Joker screamed out in pain as the Eye of Anubis attached to itself, fusing the Joker with magical power. Increasing the Joker's magic power greatly, as the Joker leaned his head backwards and started to laugh, while he's still in extreme amount of pain, as the artifact fused with his body. As the Joker continued to keep his head leaned backwards and laugh like a madman. That's where we're going to stop it. I'll catch you guys in the next part.